Hello everyone, this is our second lecture of the chapter name is retaining wall. So students, in the last lecture we are discussing about what is the definition of retaining wall. Our second is what is the function of retaining wall, and after that we are discussing about what is backfill, what is surcharge, what is surcharge angle, what is the function of weep hole. What is this component? This component is stem. What is heel slab? What is toe slab? And this is our drainage. So after that, we are discussing about the function of backfill, surcharge, surcharge angle, and weep holes. After that, we are discussing about types of retaining walls. So generally, there are 6 types of retaining wall. Okay, so in which we are discussing about in our syllabus, there are 2 types of retaining walls. First one is cantilever retaining wall and second one is counterfort retaining wall. After that, we are discussing about forces acting on retaining wall. So generally, there are 6 types of forces which are acting on retaining wall. So our first force is lateral earth pressure and other 5. So now we are discussing about how our lateral force is acting on retaining wall. So now let us discuss our topic name of lateral earth pressure. So students, this is the revision of your semester 5 subject soil mechanics, in which you are studied about lateral earth pressure. So in that semester you are already discussed that there are 5 cases of lateral earth pressure, in which we are discussing about main 3 cases. So our first case is dry or moist backfill with no surcharge. Okay. So our dry soil, it means your soil having no water content. It means only soil components are there. So whenever only soil components are there, your soil components is covered on this side. This is your retaining wall. So your soil component is acting on the retaining wall and try to move away the retaining wall. So whenever your component is trying to move their component, it is called as active earth pressure. Okay, and you all know that the pressure is increasing with increasing its height. Okay, it means our P proportional to H, and your backfill is trying to go to away side. So this away means active. So your coefficient is Ka. Ka means coefficient of active earth pressure. So what is the value of pressure at the bottom of retaining wall? So the value of pressure at the bottom of retaining wall is K into gamma into H. So this is the equation of pressure. Now the second term is find out force. So in this whole chapter, whenever you have to find out force, you have to find out area of your pressure diagram. Okay, so in this case, your pressure diagram having triangle shape. So what is the area of triangle? The area of triangle is 1/2 base altitude. So our 1/2 is constant. Your value of base is K into gamma into H, and your altitude is capital H. So your answer of force is 1/2 into K into gamma into H square. So this is your first case. The name of first case is dry or moist backfill having no surcharge. The second case is submerged soil. So what is the meaning of submerged soil? In submerged soil, there are water contents and soil contents both are present. It means this is your retaining wall and your submerged soil is over here. So in submerged soil, water content is trying to retaining wall for moving away side, and similarly your soil components are also over here. So your soil component is also try to move this retaining wall to away side. So there are two components which are trying to away direction. So first is soil and second one is water. So what is the equation? So your equation is here: lateral earth pressure due to submerged weight of soil, it is K into gamma into H. This equation is remain same as case number 1, and second one is due to water. So our equation of pressure is gamma W into H. So what is the value of gamma W? Gamma W is density of water. So what is the value of density? The value of density is 9.81, or you are also taken as round figure 10. Okay, now what is the unit of density? So your density is weight upon volume. It means kilonewton per meter cube or kg per meter cube. Okay, so this is your pressure due to water. Now what is the value of total pressure when there are submerged soil? So whenever there are submerged soil, there are two components, soil and water are trying to move the retaining wall. So our total pressure is pressure due to soil plus pressure due to water. So our final answer is K into gamma into H plus gamma W into H. So this is your case number 2. Your last case is backfill with uniform surcharge. So this is your uniform surcharge. It is denoted by small q. Okay. So this is your retaining wall. Backfill is provided over here. So on the retaining wall, there are two types of forces now. First one is surcharge, which is come from upward direction. And whenever your surcharge on the top of retaining wall, it is distributed equally throughout the span. Okay. So this is the pressure diagram which is indicated there are uniform, and it is also written in the case. So its value is K into Q, and our soil is over here. So soil is trying to move away the retaining wall. So whenever your component is trying to move away, the equation is K into gamma into H. So what is the total value? The total answer is K into Q, which is due to surcharge, and K into gamma into H, which is due to soil. Okay. So this is our third case and last case which is useful in this semester. So this is the end of our theory, pressure, lateral earth pressure on retaining wall. After that, we are discussing about stability checks. So students, there are four stability checks in which check number 1, 2 and 3 are discussed in our example, and check number 4 is not discussed in your example. So our first check is stability against overturning. So what is the equation of stability against overturning? The equation is restoring moment divided by overturning moment, or it is also called as clockwise moment divided by anti-clockwise moment in this cantilever example, which is covered in the next lecture. I repeat, what is the equation? Equation is restoring moment divided by overturning moment, or it is also called as clockwise moment divided by anti-clockwise moment. This ratio is minimum 1.55. If this ratio is less than 1.55, then you have to redesign your retaining wall. Okay, so this is your stability check 1. Your stability check 2 is stability against sliding. Your retaining wall is sliding in this direction. Okay, so the equation is restoring force divided by sliding force, or it is also called as left to right divided by right to left, and this ratio is also minimum 1.55. If your this ratio is less than 1.55, then you have to redesign your retaining wall. The third step is maximum pressure. Maximum pressure is at toe level. So this maximum pressure's value is less than soil bearing capacity. Okay, you can see that maximum pressure at base should not exceed, means less than safe bearing capacity of soil. And last stability check is no tension at base. So these four stability checks is very most important. If there are any one check is fail, then you have to redesign all the retaining walls dimension. Okay, after that, our last theory is designing step of retaining wall. So our first step is find out coefficient of earth pressure, in which there are two types of earth pressure. First one is active earth pressure and second one is passive earth pressure. Okay, our second step is find out preliminary dimensions. I repeat, preliminary dimensions, not final dimensions. So these preliminary dimensions is trial and error dimension. Your step number 3 is check for stability, in which there are three main checks. First one is stability against sliding, overturning and maximum pressure not exceed SBC. Okay, if there are any one check is fail, then we have to redesign our dimension. Therefore, it is clearly mentioned that this is trial and error method, and therefore it is called as preliminary dimensions. If your all the stability checks is passed, then this preliminary dimensions is called as final dimensions. Okay, after that we are discussing about our design of main all components. So our step number 4 is design of stem. So our stem is vertical portion. Our next step is design of heel slab. Our heel portion is on the backfill side. Our next step is design of toe slab. So our toe is on the opposite direction of the backfill. And our last step is design of shear key. So what is the function of shear key? The function of shear key is to prevent the retaining wall against sliding. Okay, so students, this is the end of all the theories. Now we are moving further to our example side. Okay, so in this chapter there are two types of examples in your syllabus. First one is design of cantilever retaining wall, and our step number 2 is design of counterfort retaining wall. So in the next lecture, we are discussing about our first type of retaining wall, which is design of cantilever retaining wall, and after that we are discussing about design of counterfort retaining wall. Okay, so This is the end of today's session. Thank you.